This is your motor with the one button that you're going to use to operate it. This is the food gripper, and it goes right here. This is your julienne flat blade, narrow ribbon blade, and your wide cone ribbon blade. This is the food collar that goes right onto the storage lid. There's also a storage lid that comes with it if you did want to prep ahead. This is your food container that you're going to spiralize into. And this is the cleaning brush to clean the blades. To prepare zucchini for spiralizing, you want to choose firm, very solid feeling zucchini to start with. Choose larger ones if you can. And all you need to do is top and tail. Take off each end to make a flat surface so that it can grip and sit smoothly in your spiralizer. And then I do cut them down to lengths that are comfortable. But if you're comfortable having this length going through, there's really no magic to that part of it. For carrots, you definitely want to choose larger ones. This is a great size. This is not a great size. It's so skinny on this part, it would be hard for the gripper to grip it and also very hard to make it go down through the spiralizer. So again, you just want to peel and then cut them into manageable lengths. For me, this is about what I like. For onions, at the grocery store is the best place to choose the right ones. This size is perfect for spiralizing. This size, obviously, you're going to have to do quite a bit of trimming to get it down so that it'll fit through the chute and onto the blades. For potatoes, this size potato fits very nicely. Larger russets you probably will have to trim to make fit the feed chute. So when you're at the store is a great time to choose ones that you're pretty sure will fit through. If you want to use broccoli stem, you are going to need to peel it just to get off any of the woody parts of the stem so that it can go through easily. For butternut squash, you're going to be using the neck part. The bulb part with the seeds is not typically going to be skinny enough to go through the feed chute. You don't necessarily have to peel it. You would want to take a knife and cut it until the diameter is something that you can tell would go through the chute. And if in doubt, pick up the cutter and make sure that it fits. Then you're going to be good to go. For daikon radish, they come in all different sizes, honestly. This one is perfect for fitting right through the blade. You would just need to peel, maybe cut them into manageable lengths. Apples, this is another one where at the store is the best place to make your decision for your size. This apple is too large to go through. This is going to need probably a little bit of trimming, maybe just a peel. And this one, the whole thing is going to drop through just fine. If you want to know the easiest place to get these, they're typically in bags in the front of your produce section, wherever the bin of apples is where you're choosing them one by one. Pick the bags. They're always smaller and they typically will fit nicely through the chute without having to trim or peel. This is your narrow flat ribbon disc, and these are some of the shapes that you can expect to get when you use that particular disc, whether it's on a butternut squash, on a radish, or on a broccoli stem. It makes these twin curls that are so attractive and so perfect for many of the dishes that you're going to be cooking. But you'll see if you unravel them, there's actually two ribbons that come out of that particular disc. Right next to that is probably the one that we use the most. This is the julienne cutter. So it looks like this. You can see the cutting blade on the bottom, and then right inside you see the little cutting teeth that turn it into that spaghetti strand that we love so much. So this is zucchini. This is how attractive it is when it's passed through that particular blade. This is carrot, and this is red bliss potato, but there's many different foods that you can use with this particular blade. Right next to it is the wide cone ribbon disc. I love this beautiful shape. And here's some of the foods that we've done with that. This is an English cucumber. Isn't that perfect for a salad? So thin and beautiful. Right next to that is red radish. That's how it looks. And this is yellow squash. To spiralize zucchini into a spaghetti shape, choose large, firm zucchini, trim them into manageable lengths. Remember that you need flat ends on either side. Then you're going to grab your food gripper and put it right on. Take your julienne blade, because that's the one that we need to turn this into spaghetti noodles, and drop it right into the chute. Then you're going to take your food chute, put it on, and turn it clockwise until it clicks. Take your zucchini, center it on the little center post that's in the middle of the machine, add your food gripper, and turn the button. To make a lovely ribbon shape out of something like a butternut squash, you'd need to trim it till it's the diameter that'll fit through the food chute, and you're only going to be using the neck on that part. Trim it till it looks about like this. For this one, we're going to use the twin flat cutter, which looks like this with the two blades on either side. Drop that into the chute. Pick up your food collar and turn it until it clicks. Put your food gripper onto the motor. Center your butternut squash in the chute. Press your food gripper firmly on, and then once you turn it on, just use medium pressure and watch the ribbons come through. When you're finished, you're going to notice that there's a little stem part left with a little part that goes through the middle, and about this amount of fruit or vegetable is left. This is completely normal. I usually just chop them up and add them to the dish. To turn a vegetable such as a cucumber into a beautiful wide ribbon, you want to first prepare it by trimming it into a manageable length and making sure that either end is flat. Then you're going to select the blade. For this one, I'm choosing the wide cone ribbon blade. Drop it into the slot. Add your collar and turn it firmly until it clicks. Put your food gripper on the motor. Secure the end of the vegetable either like this or by placing it and centering it into the machine like this. If there's a pointier end, choose that one to go down since this is a cone shape. Put your motor on till the food gripper is firmly on. Press the motor and then just use gentle to medium pressure and watch your beautiful ribbons come out below. When you're finished spiralizing, you can expect to find a little leftover piece that looks like a little cone, just exactly the shape of the cutter. If as you're going to spiralize a fruit or vegetable, you notice that nothing is coming through down below, a few things may have happened. First of all, you may have had what we call a spin out, where the fruit or vegetable is just too soft, so instead of turning it against the blades, it simply carves out a hole with the food gripper part. Or the fruit or vegetable may be too large, or it could be both. You'll notice with this apple, it spun out because it is soft, but also because it's too large for the cutter. See how it's sticking in the cutter instead of easily going through? So all is not lost. If the fruit or vegetable is indeed firm enough, you can just simply cut off the part that spun out so you get a flat surface, and then trim it down to size until you're pretty sure that your diameter will fit inside of the cutter. And then all you're going to do is add it back in and proceed. If instead of a continuous loop of vegetable or fruit coming down below, you want rings, take your fruit or vegetable, take a paring knife, and cut almost to the center. What this is going to do is stop it from making that continuous spiral, and it's going to create just circles of whatever the fruit or vegetable that you choose. Add your motor just like before, and you'll watch the circles drop. This is perfect for dehydrating if you want to make an apple tart or pie, or in the case of potatoes, if you wanted to make scallop potatoes. If you notice that your strands are not flowing nicely, or if they're not coming out at all, another problem that you might have is that the blades inside of the cutter are clogged. Usually it's with seeds or maybe part of the stem or something that's harder than the rest of the fruit or vegetable. Take the cleaning brush, go to your sink, use running water, and simply remove that part and then proceed as before.